Cool. Yeah. So good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
The topic that we will be covering today is called the magical art of goal getting. Now, what
Mhm.
happens that you may have attended many sessions, many training sessions where they talk about how to set your goals, how to set effective goals. So that is something we covered in our previous session. Now, in NLP, there is something called uh, well-formed outcome. A well-formed outcome
Okay.
has two parts. One is setting the goal, another one is getting the goal. So what happens that once you have complete clarity about the goal that you want to achieve, there is a process that we follow, which we have shared in the last session. That what is the process you should follow to ensure that the goal that you're setting for yourself is going to work for you. And then comes the goal getting part. And goal getting part is the most crucial one because this is the place, this is the area where you need to take action now. Goal getting is something where you just need to be disciplined, you just need to be in action. It's more about consistent, persistent, and relentless action. Something that we covered in one of the sessions in Tuesdays also. CPR for emotional emergency. So consistency, persistency, and relentlessly. When you are doing something, that means you are actually completely dedicated yourself towards your success. Now, when you are setting up a goal, you need to figure out that also, that whether you will be in a position to work consistently, persistently, and relentlessly to achieve that goal. That is also part of the goal setting activities. So that is something we covered in the previous session. If you haven't seen it, better see it. So that will give you an edge over whatever way you have
Okay.
set up your goals till date. You know, it's a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful session. Like every child should know about it. So that way they also become equipped to create goals that make sense, and that is something that they can see achievable. And it's actually a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal way of living life. So the topic that we are covering today is about how to get those goals, how to do the goal getting. So let me summarize what we discussed in the last session. So when we are talking about well-formed outcomes, so there are 5 principles to achieve successful outcome. So the first one is know your outcome precisely. So that is the area where we worked in the last session, followed by do something about it. Now this is the part where we will be discussing today, the taking the action part, followed by notice what happens as you take the action. Then as you take the action, as you discover that, okay, you may be moving away from your goal, or the goal is appearing to be unachievable, may not be fully, maybe partially achievable. So now you can become flexible to at least ensure that, okay, let me achieve that much, and let me redefine the goal, let me put everything in a new structure so that eventually I can achieve the goal. And you have to work from a psychology and physiology of excellence. So like mind and body are one system, so you have to make sure that you are both psychologically and physiologically ready to take it up, take it on, and move ahead towards to achieve your goals. So these are the 5 parts of well-formed outcomes, and we worked on the know your outcome precisely, like setting the goal in the last session, where we talked about is it a goal that you're looking forward to, or is it just a state of your mind? Like sometimes it appears that it is a goal, but it's not a goal. Like you just say that I want to reduce my weight. Now that is just a state of mind. It's not a goal. But when you say I want to achieve, say, x weight or x kilo by say end of this year, that becomes a goal. So now that you have something to work towards. So goal always have some steps to follow. But in case of a state, there is no step to follow. In case of goal, there are certain actions. It is always action element is involved. In case of a state, there is no action is involved. It's just a feeling. That's it. That okay, I just want to achieve. Then we talked about the goal that you're setting. Is it something towards or it's away from? And like away from is that I don't want certain things. So when you are saying I don't want something to your subconscious, actually you're telling your subconscious that you don't know what you want. And you can always work on something that you want. You cannot achieve something that you don't want. So you have to be very clear about it, that what you want. When you say I don't want this, then you need to replace it with exactly what you want. If you don't want this, then what you want. So you have to ensure that your goal is towards, it's not away from. Then we worked on the SMART criteria of setting up a goal. SMART means SMART, where S is specific and simple, M is measurable, R is realistic, or like whether it is relevant to you or not. Then T is time bound, whether you can achieve it in a given period of time. You need to set the time for that. And then comes the A part, which is at the middle. And A is all about whether that goal is achievable or not. So when we look at the achievability of a goal, there are two components. One is, can I achieve it? And the second one is, will I achieve it? So can is all about your capabilities. If you discover that you don't have the capability to achieve that goal, then you develop the skills that you need to achieve those goals. And so that is the can part, capability part. The will part is that external factors. Like whatever you want to achieve, there are many external factors that may or may not allow you to achieve that goal. So you need to figure out that that will factor has to be also on a scale of 0 to 10, even that has to be 10. If that is not 10, then you need to figure out where it is right now and what you need to do to make sure that it reaches that 10 level. Only then there's a possibility you will achieve that goal. Otherwise, kya hoga, uske aaspaas aap jaake bhi you cannot achieve that goal. So this is the attainability or achievability part of the smart way of setting up a goal. Then we talked about the evidence criteria, that once this is achieved, once we achieve this goal, what will you see, what will you hear, how will you feel, what will you do, in fact, when you achieve that goal, and what will you tell yourself when you achieve that goal. So isme bhi kya hota, you actually create a clarity that when you actually achieve that goal, what's going to happen to you. So that is something that will drive you to achieve that goal. Then you need to figure out where are you now with respect to the outcome that you want, wherever you are right now. So it's like doing the calibration कि मुझे दिल्ली जाना है और अभी मैं कहाँ पे हूँ, like you want to go to Delhi, so naturally Google asks you कि कहाँ से दिल्ली जाना आपको, जहाँ पे अभी हो, your location, it asks you that your location, from your location, or you want to go there from the other location. So you need to figure out where you are in respect of achieving that goal. Followed by, can this be initiated by self and maintained by self? So can you yourself get started on it and maintain it, or you need some external support also? So you have to have complete clarity on that as well. Then comes, is there a context in which you would rather not want to achieve this outcome? So there may be a possibility that when you reach that possibility, you discover that I don't need to achieve this outcome anymore. It's not related to you anyway. So then you need to figure out that also. And what could be that point when you would actually decide that I want to quit, I don't want to continue on this route. Okay, for example, आपने तय कर लिया कि you will be traveling to Delhi from wherever you are by bicycle, and in the middle of the road you discover your bicycle is not working, or you do not have enough stamina. So you need to drop that goal then and there, and you need to look for alternate options. Probably you'll just looking for some car from passing by, or maybe some truck passing by, so that you can eventually raise your hand, stop that car or vehicle, and put yourself maybe as well as you cycle on it, and even move towards your goal. Or you may decide जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, let me go back. Okay, so this is also something, a very important part of achieving or setting up your goals. Then comes the consequence check. The consequence check, what we did is we did an ecology check of our goal, like what will start happening once we achieve that outcome, what will stop happening when you don't achieve that outcome, or what will start happening if you don't achieve that outcome, or what will stop happening if you don't achieve that outcome. There are 4 things. So what will start happening when you achieve that outcome, what will stop happening when you achieve that outcome, then what will start happening if you don't achieve that outcome, then what will stop happening if you don't achieve that outcome. So we worked on that also, followed by the resources, that what resources do you have now to achieve the goal, and what resources do you need to achieve this outcome. So you have to have complete clarity about the resources that you need. And this is what we touched upon, the concept of know your outcome precisely. This is all about goal setting. Now what we will be doing is goal getting. हमें आगे बढ़ना है. So this is where we are going to look forward in this session. आज का जो session है. So before we start the session, can we quick have a photo session? Let us take a quick picture. Whoever is present in this session right now. So
Actually, I'm present in this session, but I don't want to take any clip on Pinaki ji.
Okay, I'll strongly recommend you. If you don't want to, it's okay. So just whoever is there, would you like to come on a camera for a minute? And we'll just take a snapshot and we'll continue with the session. Suraj, Usha. All right, so if nobody is interested, let me take the picture and then let's continue. So here we go. Oh, Suraj is good, 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 good. So you know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
We just look at the screen and check that how we are looking right now. Then we look at the camera.
Okay.
And then we keep our eyes wide open. And
Okay.
then we count 1, 2, 3 together. And then we freeze at 3 for a few seconds and I take the picture. All right.
Great.
So here we go. So look at the camera, keep your eyes wide open.
Okay.
No blinking, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, and we'll count 1, 2, 3 together and we'll freeze at 3 for a few seconds. So here we go. 1,
Great.
2,
2,
3.
3. Nice.
Absolutely awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we are the only people who have got it right. Yeah. Okay. I joined in as I wanted a revision on that goal setting.
Wonderful.
So it's been some time since I've not taken this goal setting wala part. I've been joining here
Goal
and there.
setting wala part we did in the last session, and I have also shared the recordings. I'll share it once again in the group as well. So now what we are talking about is the sequence or the steps to achieve the outcome. This is very, very important.
Okay.
You know, often what happens that we set a goal and we don't even know whether we are in a position to achieve it or not. And once we have complete clarity that, okay, this is what you and I need to do to achieve the goal, the next step is to actually follow those steps, to actually see that what is possible now. And here we talk about the first thing is that as we did the first step is that know your outcome very precisely. We are talking about you have to have complete precision on what you are going to achieve with all those 9 points that I just summarized. Now, once this step is complete, the second step is to identify the actions. It's like you have to have complete clarity on the actions that you need to take. For example, say if you want to learn how to drive a car, so naturally the first step you need to take is to find somebody who can help you to teach, to learn how to drive a car. And probably then you will also need a car. So you have to have complete clarity on this, that if you have a car, fair. If you don't have a car, you need to find someone with a car who is also willing to teach you. Another way of looking forward to is a car driving school. They help you to teach, they help you to learn how to drive a car. So you need to precisely identify the actions that you need to take now. 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing. Now, when we're talking about it, the first thing which comes is basically writing it down. So writing and knowing your goals very precisely is great. It produces magical effect sometimes. But you have to take the first step. You have to identify what actions you will take to work towards getting the results that you desire. And for that, some of the questions that you can ask to identify the actions required are, what actions are required to get the outcome? So you need to really put it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Followed by what are all the steps you need to take. So once you identified these are the actions that you need to take, you need to figure out what are the steps you need to take for each of those actions. Like, let me put it this way. You want to learn how to drive a car. So naturally, the first thing that you would require is that you need someone who knows how to drive a car and who is also willing to teach you. अब उसके लिए स्टेप्स क्या है, तो आइडेंटिफाई करना, हाँ, लोगों को पूछना. These are the steps that you need to do. You need to ask people, do you know anybody who knows how to drive a car and also willing to teach me? Okay, you can ask your neighbors, you can ask your friends, and probably you can look for a car driving training school also. Now for all these things, these are the steps that you need to follow to identify how you can proceed towards learning how to drive a car. Only talking about proceeding to learn, you are not even in the car right now. It's just step one. Similarly, then naturally the next step would be now to sit in the car. So what you need to do, so they will advise you at what time you need to come, with what kind of preparations. Okay, so this is what all the steps that you need to take. Third is by when you will have taken the first step. Very, very important. By when. Then comes how many different ways are there to get it. And the last one is, do you have more than one way to get the output? So even we talk about the first step, that I need to learn how to drive a car. So I need a car, I need a person who can drive and who can also willing to teach me. So if these two things are required, what are the actions are required to achieve this outcome? This is just one of them, the first step, followed by what are all the steps you need to take. So you need to make all the calls. You need to find out whom you are going to talk to. By when will you have taken the first step? You put a date to it, towards it, that okay, this is the date I'm going to get started. How many different ways are there to get it? So you can call up your friends, you can call up your neighbors, you can call up your own relatives, you may talk to your colleagues if you're in office. So there are many different ways. And the last one is, do you have more than one way to get the outcome? So can I have a car and a driver to teach me how many ways I can do that? It can be my friend, it can be my colleague, it can be a car driving school. And so there are multiple options. I am just talking about only one thing. There are many such goals that you have set in your life, but most of the time you fail to achieve them because you have no clarity what to do next. NLP is all about a journey from confusion to clarity in all areas of your life. And what comes between confusion and clarity is a beautiful thing called curiosity. So whenever you are confused, the first step that you should take is you should ask yourself, what am I curious to know? What am I curious to look forward to? And that will help you to focus on what you are looking for. Otherwise, when I just, you're just telling one of your friends, यार मेरा मन है कि मैं ना गाड़ी चलाना सीख लूं. I just want to learn how to drive a car. कब से सोच रहे हो? बहुत सालों से सोच रहे हो. क्यों नहीं कर पाए अभी तक? पता नहीं यार, इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिल रहा है. Probably I was not serious about it. बस ऐसे ही चल रही जिंदगी. So this is the reason things are not working for you. Now the question is that, see, when you are saying these kind of things, what you're actually telling the other person, not only yourself but also the other person, that you are confused. कि मैं कहाँ से शुरू करूँ, कैसे शुरू करूँ, what do I actually need to do? I'm confused about the whole thing. Then I am surrounded with so many other daily activities, daily chores in my home, in my family. Time कहाँ से निकालूंगी? And the funniest part is, बहुत दिन हो चुका, अभी गाड़ी चलाना सीख के भी क्या फायदा है ना? What's the big deal? अब तो उम्र भी गई. We have all these things. These are all those questions which have created that confusion in your life. Just about one topic I'm talking about. There are many such topics. There are many such dreams that you want to fulfill in your life. However, you never worked on them. And what happened over the years, they have all become areas of confusion for you. Now, how to come out of that confusion? The best way to come out of that confusion is to ask yourself, what are you curious to know now? Or what are you curious to do now? अभी क्या करना चाहते हो, पहले ये बताओ. Do you really want to learn how to drive a car? So this is when we are going into the curiosity part. What are you curious to know? And once you have those questions ready with you, as you keep on answering those questions, you move into the zone of clarity. And as you move into the zone of clarity, you can set up a plan for yourself. You can create, okay, this is my well-formed outcome. this is what I want to achieve by this date. In fact, it only takes 2 weeks to learn how to drive a car. And it really doesn't matter whether you're interested to do it or not. If you just do the actions that are required to do it, you'll just do it. It's as simple as that. How to learn to drive a car is as simple as taking a shower or brushing your teeth. When you were a child, did you love to brush your teeth? No, your mother was used to do it. Mother, papa, your nani, dada, यही सब कर देते थे तुम्हारे लिए. You never did that. That then eventually you learned that अब मुझे भी करना है. And धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ, आपने करना शुरू कर दिया. And now it has become such a new normal for you that you don't even think that what are the steps you follow to brush your teeth. But even brushing your teeth is a well-formed outcome. You know that this much time I'm going to give to this activity. And you follow all the steps that are required. You take a toothbrush. If the toothbrush is not available, well, you buy one. If the toothpaste is not there, you will buy a toothpaste. If there is a second toothpaste in another washroom, you may use it temporarily. These are all the steps. These are all alternates that do have more than one way to get that outcome. Yes. Now, the only thing is you cannot use somebody else's brush to brush your teeth. You may not do that. अब the toothpaste आप share कर ही सकते हो, है ना? Wash basin share कर सकते हो. See, there are 2 washrooms in your house, and one of them is booked, which you normally use. But if you're in urgency, you can always use the second one, right? So this is what is all about moving towards clarity and getting a complete clarity on the actions that you need to take to achieve that outcome. So once you do that, once you identify the actions, immediately the next step is to set up a plan. And when you think about setting up a plan, the questions which normally arise are how and when will those actions be taken? Who will do what? So even we take up this idea, this example of how to learn to drive a car. So there are many characters involved, right? At least 2 people are involved. Who will do what? So you are the person who is going to learn, and the other person is who is going to teach you. And that person has to bring the car in fully working condition. ऐसा ना हो कि उसका टायर पंक्चर हो गया है. So who will do what? So अगर टायर पंक्चर होगा तो उसका काम शायद नहीं है. That person will go to somebody to get the tire puncture repaired. So that is what we are talking about, plans. Third thing is what resources are available and what resources are needed. So if you want to learn how to drive a car, the resources that you need, not only the car, but also the fuel in that car, and the car has to be in a condition to run smoothly, and the car keys also have to be available in your hands. If the car is there, it's fully ready to move. If you don't have the car keys, it's gone. Okay, so many a times ऐसा होता होगा कि when you come down, you discover that, oh God, I forgot the keys in the bedroom. The resources available जो हाथ में है, resources not available which are needed is that car key. So you need to go up and get back the car key. Probably you also need to carry your driving license when you're driving the car alone. So even that is also a resource that you need to ensure that you are legally allowed to drive a car on your own. You also need to ensure that all the papers of the cars are up to date, including the pollution certificate. Nowadays, people are paying hefty fines in places like Delhi and NCR because they are not carrying pollution under control certificate, PUC certificate. So even that is also a resource. You need to ensure that the roads are good to drive. You need to ensure the traffics are working fine. You need to ensure that even if there's a vehicle traffic on the road, you have enough time to reach where you want to reach. So these are all part of the resources. It's not only that your car has to be in fully working condition. The external factors should also be there to support you. Maybe you are running on a low fuel and you know there's a fuel pump nearby. So you have to have at least that much of fuel so that you can drive your car to that nearest fuel pump and get get the fuel tank filled. दिखने में बहुत छोटा छोटा लगता है, लेकिन यही सारी वो छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो हमें दिक्कत देती है. So the more you have clarity on these, the more you are in control of your destiny. Then comes establishing measures of accountability. Very, very important. Are you accountable for the goals that you want to achieve? Are all those people accountable who are involved in helping you to achieve your goals? Example, आपके घर पे maid आती है. You need to set out at 8 o'clock, for example, and the maid is supposed to come at 7 o'clock. Probably she would take half an hour to wash your room, to clean your room, whatever, उसका जो भी काम है. You have to set out at 8 o'clock anyway. Imagine now she comes at say 7:35. अब आप क्या करो? आप उसके ऊपर ध्यान दोगे या शॉर्टकट करोगे, अपने काम पे ध्यान दो? With the time that you allocated for yourself from 7:30 to 8, now that time is being consumed by your maid, and probably that maid is also keeping on asking you, इसको भी करना है, उसको भी करना है, ये भी कर दूं, वो भी कर दूं, ये रहने दूं. कहाँ जा रहा है आपका attention? So you have to ensure that people who are involved in your achieving your goals, they should be accountable as well, including you. Probably to set out at 8 o'clock, you need to get up at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. You have to do certain household chores. Then only you can set out at 8 o'clock. And that particular day, you just got up at 6:40. And to cover up those 10 minutes, now everything went haywire. Many times when you watch that, when you get up in the morning and you see that instead of 6:30, you got up at 6:40, the first thing that comes out of your mouth is SHIT. Did you notice that? Did you notice that? Sometimes it is preceded by oh. है ना? And वहीं से सब खत्म होना, सब बिगड़ना शुरू होता है. Accountability. So you need to ensure that you are fully accountable for whatever goals you want to achieve in your life. Small or big, doesn't matter. You have to have accountable, and you have to have resources who are accountable as well. If the resources are in way of human beings, you have to make sure that they are accountable. Otherwise, wo will factor will not allow you to achieve that. Though capability can factor, you are 10 on 10, but those small will factors which are not allowing you to achieve that goal will interfere, and chances are high sometimes you may not achieve those goals. So this is very, very important. How will you hold yourself accountable towards your plan of action is the most important thing. What works for you to hold yourself accountable towards your plan of action? Is there anything that you could think of that might get in your way of working this plan? And the answer is yes. How will you handle that and hold yourself accountable towards plan of action? The whole point is that you cannot hold anybody responsible for whatever you are unable to achieve in your life, period. You yourself have to be fully accountable for it. You yourself have to be fully responsible for it. You have to be fully responsible. You have to stay in the mode of responsible whenever you are in action to fulfill your goals. Period. You can't hold anybody responsible. Okay. Then comes the executing the plan. So once these above steps are completed, then it's time to work on the plan and start taking actions. So there are two parts. One is plan your work, followed by work your plan. So the first part is the most crucial one. Plan your work. So when you're planning your work, you have to ensure that all these factors are being taken care of. Identifying the actions that you need to take, like what action to take when, followed by setting up a plan to achieve those goals. Maybe plan A, plan B, plan C. followed by establishing the measures of accountability on your part, and then execute the plan. Now comes the last part, which is monitoring the progress and incorporate the feedback. That's the last part. So why we are talking about monitoring the progress? Because unless you monitor the progress, you really do not know where you are. You need to learn how to drive a car. So on the very first day, you should be knowing that there is something called ABC: accelerator, brake, and clutch. If you don't have them, if you don't have any idea about them, probably day one is wasted. So this is what is all about measuring your success. So monitoring the progress and measuring your success, and then incorporate the feedback as lesson. So once you start working your plan, things don't always go according to your plan. It is important to know how you are performing vis-a-vis your plan. Use your sensory acuity. You remember we discussed about sensory acuity? Sensory acuity is something that you use to figure out, to calibrate yourself, that where you are on your journey towards success. आप कहाँ पे हो, कहाँ तक पहुँचे हो. So work that you are doing, the plan that you are working on, is it at all moving you to the direction where you want to move? If the answer is no, take the feedback, make changes in your plan, and then take the next step. Notice what you are getting as a result and whether what that is in the direction of your achieving your outcome or not. So that's all about the goal getting part. गोल सेटिंग हम लोग करते हैं, अभी तो साल खत्म होने वाला है. So you will set a goal again, a resolution for next year, something that you did every year. You are super excited about it for 20 minutes. Midnight of 31st December, past 20 minutes, or first of next year. After that, everything vanishes. It vanishes because when you set up that goal, you do not take the reality of getting that goal. This is the beauty of neuro-linguistic programming. You know, it doesn't talk about goal setting or goal getting separately. It says it's a well-formed outcome. An outcome which is well-formed, you can precisely see that you are going to achieve it, no matter what, whatever it takes, because you are fully prepared for that. You know, it's just like writing your board exams. You can write it only once. You have no choice to write it second time. Unless you fail, or you choose to fail, or you don't appear for that paper. Imagine how you prepared yourself for your board exams, each and every paper. You did all these things, all these steps. Didn't notice it, but you did all this. Now imagine when you are talking to yourself exactly this way. You are using the same language patterns, the ones we are discussing here. You're talking to yourself. For every small goal, what will happen? As you keep on achieving these small goals, the big goals will be a child's play, because you will achieve it anyway. Big goal is like that, passing the board's exams. Small goals are working on each and every subject, followed by each and every chapter of that subject, followed by each and every question of every chapter of that subject. That's how we work. That's how we have prepared ourselves for our board exams. जिंदगी भी एक बार ही मिली है. You have only one life to live. It's just like that board exam. The difference is that उसका एक time limit है. You know by when you are going to appear for that board exam. जिंदगी का कोई time limit नहीं है, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं कि वो time कब खत्म हो जाए. So naturally, what happens? Whatever goals you set up, since you do not know the mechanism, the ones which you actually applied during your board exams, you fail to apply that because अभी आपके पीछे प्रेशर देने वाला कोई है नहीं, आपके लिए डेडलाइन सेट करने वाला कोई है नहीं, और आपका डेडलाइन कब वो आपको पता नहीं. So embrace NLP. It's all about how you are programming your mind to produce the results that you want in your life. So be absolutely clear. Know your outcome very precisely. Then identify the actions that you need to take to achieve those outcomes. Then set up a plan for it. Plan your work. Then work your plan. उसके ऊपर काम करना शुरू कीजिए. Establish measures of accountability. How will you know that whether you are moving in the right direction or not? And then monitor the progress and incorporate the feedbacks so that eventually you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve. That's all about this session. So if you have any question, you can ask me right away. Or if you have any concerns to discuss, you can discuss.
No questions, Pinaki.
Yeah. So no question. It's all about doing now, right? It's all about actions.
Right.
Good. Yeah, Pranavi, do you have any questions, any concerns about this topic?
I don't have any concerns as such, Pinaki, but then at times, after setting the goal in the mid of the way, I seriously don't feel like, I feel like giving up. Though I know the end of it, I feel so bored and so bland that again, I feel so dry also. Is this a way? Is this the right thing? In this much hard work is needed for it. It's better I skip for today. So such kind of things happen with me. Maybe I'm not much serious about it, I think. But while setting the goal, I will be too serious. But later somehow, that strongness wouldn't be in that goal. Again, it will get volatile for some time. Then again, it takes hard time for me to go back. And then again, it's like that.
This is exactly that state of confusion. That now you're confused that isko karke kya hoga.
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
So what you need to ask is that what are you curious to know? You really need to ask yourself that मैं क्या जानना चाहती हूँ? What am I curious to know? What I'm looking forward to? And whatever I'm looking forward to, how this falls into the scheme of things. If it doesn't fall into the scheme of things, it's okay, leave it. But जरूरी नहीं कि उसके साथ attach रहना. See, Pranavi,
Yeah.
the only time. Let me ask you this question: how long you are going to live?
How long?
You are going to live.
Maybe more 30 or, I mean, in that way it's uncertain, but then just in the general calculations, maybe more 40 years, I guess.
सच्चाई बताता हूँ, यही truth है. आप मानो ना मानो, this is the only truth. The only truth is that you have time with you till you go to bed tonight from now onwards.
Yes.
You do not have any time after that. उसके बाद जो भी होने वाला है आपको पता ही नहीं. You have no access.
Okay.
Unless
True.
you get up in the morning.
True.
Okay. So the only time that you have with yourself to do something for yourself or something to achieve what you want to achieve in your life is from right now till you go to bed tonight. बस इतना ही time फिलहाल आपके पास है.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what you need to do is you need to prioritize what is important for you.
Mm-hmm. Pinaki ji, if you feel that everything is important to you and you feel anxious, what would be the
Possibly
point?
nahi. It's not possible. See, when you, that is one thing that you need to write down. You just need to write down what you want to achieve in your life. आप करना क्या चाहती हो? And then you can easily figure out what is important. Out of those 10 things or those 15 things, 20 things, what are the top 3 things that is most important for you?
Okay.
And once you identify those top 3 things, you will know why you want them to achieve, why you achieve that. You have complete clarity on that. So once you have complete clarity on that, now you know where you need to put your attention to, where you need to pay your attention to. Pay attention is also something that you need to pay. We pay
Yes.
3
Yes.
things in life:
Okay.
attention, interest and money. 3 ही चीज आप देते हो.
Mm-hmm.
So first you pay interest to something कि हाँ आपको interesting लग रहा है, and then you pay attention.
Okay.
And once you find that this is worthy of my attention, then probably you invest your money there also as well.
Yes.
Simple से example ले लेते हैं. Say watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can watch a movie in a movie theater. You can watch a movie on Netflix, for example.
Yes.
Okay. खर्चा दोनों में ही है.
Yes.
However, you are looking forward to that, how you want to watch that movie, under what circumstances, under what environment.
Yes.
If you choose to watch it in a theater,
Mm-hmm.
all your actions will be oriented towards that.
Okay.
क्यों थिएटर में जाने के लिए आपको कम से कम घर से आधा घंटा पहले निकलना पड़ेगा, फॉर एग्जांपल. Now if you go by a car, if you need to park your car over there, probably you need to start say 45 minutes early.
True.
उसके पहले आपके घर का सारा काम करना पड़ेगा. हो सकता है आपको लंच भी करके निकलना पड़े या डिनर करके निकलना पड़े, है ना. अगर आप रात को मूवी देखने जा रहे हैं तो हो सकता है आप अपना बेड भी बना के निकले. These are all
Yes.
part of those actions. कि नहीं घर आके मुझे अब बेड बनाने का मन नहीं रहेगा, एनर्जी नहीं रहेगी. So let me prepare the bed and then you go out.
Okay.
Then you watch the movie, maybe it is for 2.5 hours. Then you again come out of that theater, you get into a cab, you come back home, and then you refresh yourself before you go into bed. Now this is a whole lot of activity. To attend to watch a 2.5 hour movie, you need to say invest 4 hours for that, along
Yes.
with the extra money,
Mm-hmm.
the money
Yes.
that you'll be paying. Even if
Yes.
you go with a family, probably 4 people, if the cost of the ticket is 300 rupees, तो 1200 rupees तो वहां पे चला गया,
Yes. Yes.
है ना. फिर आपने वहां पे 300 रुपए का एक कॉर्नफ्लेक्स भी खरीद लिया,
Yes.
है ना.
Yes.
क्या बोलते हैं, पॉपकॉर्न, कॉर्नफ्लेक्स में पॉपकॉर्न.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
300 रुपए का पॉपकॉर्न खरीद लिया, फिर गाड़ी का पार्किंग भी लगा, फिर गाड़ी का पेट्रोल का खर्चा भी लगा.
Yes.
Probably you can pay that whole amount to get a subscription of Prime Video
Yes. One
for a
time.
whole
Yeah.
year, and you can watch n number of movies,
Yes.
है ना. तो आपने तय किया नहीं भाई मुझे घर पे ही देखना है.
True. Okay.
So it all depends ke what you want in your life. You have to have complete clarity on that.
Okay.
Do you
Got-
notice?
Yes.
बात वही है कि मुझे ये मूवी देखना है, बात वही है. कहाँ पे
True.
देखना है, कैसे देखना है, that is going to define what you are going to do next.
Okay.
And it is also a question that you ask you, is it really worth it? मैं 4 घंटा इसमें लगाऊंगी, is it really worth it to watch a 2.5 hour movie, this particular movie particular,
Mm-hmm.
है ना.
Yes.
So this is all matters. So you need to ask those questions. Is it really worth it? What am I curious to know? So these are the things that you are curious to know. भाई मुझे क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा अगर थिएटर में जाकर मूवी देखा तो.
Okay.
घर पे देखूंगी तो मुझे ना कपड़े चेंज करने पड़ेंगे,
Yes. Exactly.
ना गाड़ी निकालनी पड़ेगी, उसकी सरदर्दी अलग.
Okay.
Now imagine you made a plan to watch a movie, to go to a theater, और 1 घंटा जब मूवी स्टूडियो ने वाला है, एकदम से आपको लगा कि नहीं आज मन नहीं कर रहा है,
Yes.
घर में ही देख लेते,
Yes.
है ना. So now
True.
सब कुछ चेंज हो गया.
True.
It's just like that. This is exactly how you are living your life. We are all living our lives exactly like that. The challenge is के prioritize करना depend करता है कि आप किसको priority दे रहे हो, and whatever you are giving priority to, it has to have some value in your life. तभी जाके आप उसको priority दोगे. You are paying attention to something. Why? Because it is giving you some value. We are paying interest to something because it is giving you some value. We are paying money to something, it is giving you some value. And the value that you are getting is all what makes it worthy.
Yes.
On throughout the day हम लोग goal setting कर रहे हैं, and but many of the times when we are setting up the goal, we are not even preparing ourselves to getting the goal.
I think it depends upon the seriousness of it also, Pinaki. Like generally,
Intention.
Yes.
Seriousness भी नहीं. You can be serious. You can have serious intention.
Okay.
But seriousness से कुछ नहीं होता. Intention क्या है? और उसमें आपको वैल्यू क्या मिलने वाला है, एंड आर यू हैप्पी विद दैट वैल्यू और नॉट. दैट्स इट. इसमें कोई सीरियसनेस की जगह ही नहीं. इट्स नॉट अबाउट सीरियसनेस.
Okay.
इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन. मैं इतना दे रहा हूँ, उसके बदले मेरे को क्या मिल रहा है. मैं इतना समय, इतना टाइम दे रहा हूँ, इतना एनर्जी दे रहा हूँ, इतना अटेंशन दे रहा हूँ, उसके मनी दे रहा हूँ, उसके बदले मेरे को क्या मिल रहा है. And whatever I am getting in return, am I happy with that or not? Am I contented with that or not?
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, it is making sense. It is making. Yeah, thank you.
So you figure out आप लाइफ में क्या क्या करना चाहती हैं. Have a complete clarity on that. This is what I want to do in my life. If you watch those sessions in Tuesdays with Pinaki, session 7 onwards आप देखिएगा. You
Okay.
will have answer to almost most of your questions.
Tuesday at what time? Oh yeah, for this.
Tuesday 8 o'clock I do the sessions, but you have access to those videos also. Are you a part of that Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki group?
Yeah. I think
So you can have access to all of them. You also have you also subscribed to my YouTube channel?
yes, I've done.
Then you have full access to those videos.
Okay.
You
See, my
must watch them.
thing is, no, Pinaki, to be very honest, no, it's like when you're in the education field or when you're a student, the goal setting will be totally precise.
Absolutely.
It's like once you have reached a kind of homemaker stage and where your kids are totally busy with their own work, because I have taken a lot of efforts to groom my children and like both of them are in their own way. So now it's like I wanted to work on so many things. I do work, there is no doubt about it, but then at a stage I feel so bland that what is the use of what is the end point of taking things so seriously. And but again, what I feel is after if I don't work on them, it's like again idle mind leads to devilish thoughts. That condition it will be. So for that reason I would use my time as wisely as possible. But as you said, that wouldn't be that goal setting wouldn't be very intentionally or whatever, to just pile up at the time in a good way. I'll try to manage things. So there I will it will lead a lot of confusions at times, but yes, I'll try to sort it out by writing. As you said, by writing it may get sorted out. So I'll
That's
try
the starting
all the
point.
tips. Yeah.
See, when you write down things, you can actually see clearly what you're bothering about or what you're worried about, what you're confused about.
Okay. See, for example, to be honest, I have joined music class long time back just to have a peace of mind and also to get the knowledge out of it. Because if you go to the typical traditional music, we need to apply a lot of our brains also in a good way. Once at the mid of the journey, I feel so bland and I feel so boring. Again, I'll give up, thinking that what's the use of joining the class and learning, and like already the time is over. No, like what's the need to continue? Then again I'll think for some time. Again, after a few months, again I'll set right, and again I'll be on the track. So it's like that. It's not exactly I'm confused as such, but then in the mid of the journey, I feel bland at times, and again I'll go back and switch it back. So that's the reason why I just wanted to, set that gap, how to repair that gap. I'm thinking. So that's the reason why I'm just trying to attend most of your sessions. So I would get a answer for that.
It's only because there is no well-formed outcome. Like when you are learning music, you have to have complete clarity on this, that why you are learning that music.
Yes.
Why did you choose that at the first place? So probably there was something which you saw at that point of time, which you can't see right now.
Exactly.
So you better have complete clarity on this, that whatever you are learning, why are you learning this? उसके पीछे सोच क्या है? What is your intention behind joining that class?
Okay. See, the intention is nothing, but I just seriously I can't mingle with totally homemakers. I mean, their
See, these are all
topics.
intentions what you are talking about.
Okay. Got it.
So there is an intention behind it. Maybe not one intention, maybe multiple intentions. The more you have clarity on those intentions, the more you will have control on it. Attending a class like this,
Mm-hmm.
attending a class to learn music can be used as a vision to teach music as well. ये भी हो सकता है कि मैं यहाँ पे 1 साल क्लास कर लेता हूँ या 2 साल क्लास कर लेता हूँ, जो भी मैं सीख लेती हूँ वो मैं किसी को सिखाऊं साथ साथ पैरेलल.
Mm-hmm.
मुझे अच्छा लगता है, let me record this song, let me listen my own songs, let me figure out where I am making mistakes, let me
Okay.
refine myself.
Okay.
How about singing songs using karaoke? If you're in vocal music.
Okay.
So once you have those things, फिर आपको interest अपने आप आ जाएगा.
It comes on. Exactly.
So you have to have that clarity. See, if you keep on thinking कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है, तो क्या हो रहा है, आपका सारा attention वहीं पे जा रहा है. और
Yes.
मजे की बात है, यूनिवर्स भी आपको ये बोल रहा है तथास्तु, because that is
Okay.
what we are attracting. Law of attraction
Yes.
works. Law of attraction works with whatever you want.
Yes.
So when you have complete clarity whatever you want, law of attraction says you tathastu.
Okay. Got it.
Let me put it this way. What is the most significant part of law of attraction?
Significant part of law of attraction.
Spectrum.
Whatever we think, it should be clear so that the universe receives it.
So whatever we think or whatever I think?
I think, sorry.
Okay. So now let me tell you, the most significant part of law of attraction is the last 6 letters.
Okay.
What are the last 6 letters?
I don't know.
You said yourself
Action.
law of attraction.
Action.
So what are the last 6 letters?
Seriously, I don't know, Pinaki. I mean, I'm
Law
thinking,
of
but then
attraction. Law of attraction. ये जो वर्ड है इसमें जो लास्ट वर्ड है वो attraction, उसके लास्ट 6 लेटर्स क्या है?
action. Okay.
So you attract what you act for. As simple as that.
Okay.
So whatever you are saying, you are attracting. आप कह रहे हो मेरा मन नहीं लग रहा है तो आपको मिल रहा है, तथास्तु मन लगाना जरूरत ही नहीं. Sometimes I go blank. Okay, go blank.
Yeah.
See, every word that you're using in expressing yourself, you are creating that experience for yourself.
Hi, Pinaki.
Okay.
Hi, Manish. Just a wait. So
Sorry, I just saw your message and logged in. Yeah.
wait. Keep quiet now. So what you need to focus on, Pranavi, is the words that you are using in your communication.
Okay.
You have to be extremely careful about that, because those are the words you are using to program your mind.
Exactly.
So you can replace this word, like when you say I go blank, you can replace it with something very powerful, like I look forward to new things. I am looking forward to something that is exciting for me.
Okay. Okay, got it.
That's what you're going to do, right?
Yes,
When
yes,
you're going blank, तब हो क्या रहा है? Because आप एक ऐसा opportunity ढूंढ रहे हो so that you can get back.
yes, yes, yes,
आपका एक setback हुआ है, वहां से आप come back कर रहे हो और आप bounce back करोगे. यही आपका intention है ना?
yes, yes,
तो
yes.
setback के बारे में बात करोगे तो setback ही setback मिलेगा.
True, true.
So you speak the words जहां से you can come back.
Okay.
So this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for an exciting opportunity. Do you have any? I have joined this music class and I'm really, really excited about it. I'm looking for what are the new things I can learn from this music class. Sometimes I don't find it interesting, but I know there are many interesting things. So many people are doing so many great things.
Okay.
So it's all in your language.
Okay.
The words that you are using in your, see, when you're using the word confusion, you are creating confusion. The word, when you are using the word clarity, you are creating clarity.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you're saying I'm not finding things interesting, you are creating that. When you say I'm looking for things that interests me, पूरा
Okay.
आपने कन्वर्सेशन ही बदल दिया, पूरा स्टेट ऑफ माइंड ही बदल दिया. Because now you are hunting for things that can interest you.
True.
And I know there are many. पता नहीं कहाँ मेरा इंटरेस्ट चला जाए कब.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Pinaki ji. Got a little of clarity, but then I'll work and let you know the feedback also soon. Okay.
Super.
Yeah.
Good. Now anybody else, if you have any concerns or questions, you can ask me. Though when you joined late.
Yeah, Pinaki, I just joined late actually. I just saw your message.
Yeah.
So
It's
my
okay. You can listen to the session because this whole session has been recorded. So you can always listen to the session and you can come back to me.
so what is the new topic today?
The topic was all about how to get your goals.
Nee,
It's
are
all
we
about
covering?
goal getting.
I'm asking. Yeah.
It's all about goal getting. So we talked about goal setting in our last session, and in this session we talked about goal getting, how to achieve those goals, what are the steps you need to take to achieve those goals. Okay, so that's it for today. I would strongly recommend you to watch the video, and then if you have any questions, you can come back to me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Pinaki, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Usha, you have something to say?
No, Pinaki. I mean, you
Okay.
kind of answered a lot. Like when Pranavi was asking questions, a lot of clarity has come.
Yeah, the question that she
Thanks.
asked, these are all authentic
Yeah.
questions. It challenges
Yes.
your authenticity.
Correct.
You know, we were talking about that accountability part in the goal
Mhm.
setting, in the goal getting. These are those accountability part
Right.
that you are asking yourself how I can make myself accountable to achieve my own goals.
Right.
Hmm? It needs a lot of guts to ask such questions, but Pranavi, thank you so much for taking the chance to asking these questions.
No, I feel thankful to you that I got the right person to ask question. Because if you ask seniors or experienced people also who are not into this field, I may get different answers from them, of which I can't connect exactly. So I feel that I got the right answer right now. I'll try to work on it, Pinaki ji.
Good. See, there is another beautiful thing in NLP. Instead of saying I will try to work on it, you'll say I'll do whatever it takes.
Oh, you have to replace that with this. I will do whatever it takes.
I'll do whatever it takes to apply these new ideas which came to me right now.
Okay.
Did you notice when you say these kind of words, what happens to your subconscious? You are giving all the commands to the subconscious. अब तेरे को करना है, बात खत्म. तू कैसे करेगा, अब ये तू रास्ता निकाल.
It gets little active.
Yeah.
When you talk to yourself this way, ना, आप you will be throughout that you will in a state of meditation, and you will need less time to sleep. आपको बहुत कम सोना पड़ेगा, and you will always stay refreshed, rejuvenated throughout the day.
Okay.
It's all about the language that you are using to speak to yourself, like replacing the word problem with challenges. So any words which are like problem हो गया, concern हो गया, issue हो गया, hurdle हो गया, difficulty हो गया, you replace all of them with the word called challenge.
Okay.
आप मान लो बाकी शब्द आपने सुना ही नहीं कभी, you have no idea whether these words exist or not.
Okay.
आप देखो कैसी होगी. See, if you notice a child, उनके लाइफ में ये सब चीज एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता, उनके लाइफ में सिर्फ एक ही चीज होता है, वो चैलेंज. Just observe a child, and you or I were that child someday. Fundamentally, you and I are the 6-year-old child inside us. That child is taking all the decisions based on the years of experience that you have. That's it. By the time you reach 6 years, you already get 95% of the maturity. That is good enough to live the rest of your life. बाकी सारा थोड़ा थोड़ा experience add हो जाता है, and that adds to that 5% vocabulary. That's it. Otherwise, you have 95% vocabulary to express yourself.
Okay.
तो 6 साल के बच्चे को ऐसे सिंपली मत लीजिएगा. They are 95% mature. Probably they are more mature than you and me, क्योंकि उनका exposure काफी ज्यादा हुआ है. By the time you and I were 6, and by the time आज के बच्चे जो 6 साल 7 साल के हैं, इनका exposure बहुत ज्यादा है. So they are far more smarter than you and me. They are far more mature than you and me.
Yes, yes. Exactly.
उनको observe कीजिए, and always tell yourself, कभी मैं भी ऐसी ही थी, तो मैं ऐसे कैसे बन गई? Because
Yes.
you started creating a series of limiting beliefs,
True.
and those limiting beliefs started limiting your abilities. They started questioning your capabilities. So
Okay.
you started questioning your own capabilities.
Yeah.
Then you started believing in them.
Yeah. Okay.
You know that elephant in the circus? रस्सी से एक छोटा सा खूंटी से बंधा रहता है. उसको पता नहीं, if he just pulls that leg, he
Ah,
will be
yeah.
free.
That chain and that story, yeah.
उसको पता नहीं, because वो बिलीव करता है कि मेरा ये I cannot move this leg, कोई फायदा नहीं है इसको मूव करने का. और गलती से कभी उसने अगर मूव कर लिया ना, तो he discovers that, oh my god, I am free now, and then they become mad,
True.
because they're enjoying the freedom. वही है, आपको बस वो आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि कौन सा वो रस्सी है जिससे आप अपने आप को बांध के रखते हो. उसको खाली काटना है, that's it, and you're free.
Yeah.
That's why you need to focus on clarity rather than the confusion. Confusion ये कि मैं ये पैर कैसे हिलाऊं, सालों से मैंने हिलाया नहीं, और मुझे पता है हिलाने से कोई फायदा भी नहीं.
Yeah.
So the question should be, you should be curious to know, क्या करने से I can set myself free. And the answer comes, you just need to move the leg. So you need that somebody to tell you that you just need to move that leg. उसको एक बार हिला के देखो. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, good session.
Yeah.
Lot of insights.
Yes, Pinaki. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Pallavi.
गुड आफ्टरनून पिनाकी सर. आपके फोटो भेजते हैं तभी पता चलता है कि सेशन है, अदरवाइज माइंड से ही निकल जाता है. इट वाज वंडरफुल. थैंक यू पांडवी जी, आपके वजह से बहुत इंसाइटफुल सेक्शन हुआ. मैंने जब आप क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे थे तभी ज्वाइन किया था मिड में.
Okay.
थैंक यू सो मच. हैव अ ग्रेट डे.
Yeah.
हैव अ ग्रेट डे नहीं बोलने का है, बोलना है मेक योर लाइफ अमेजिंग, मेक योर डे अमेजिंग.
Okay,
Rest of my day is the best of my day. This should be your slogan throughout the day.
the rest of my day is the best.
Best of my
Yeah.
day.
But best of my day.
This should be your slogan. Whenever you're stuck anywhere in your life, the only time that you have is from now onwards till you go to bed tonight. यही रियलिटी है, बाकी रियलिटी नहीं है, बाकी आपका सोच है ना. बाकी will be reality only when you get up tomorrow morning.
Correct.
है ना. So the only reality you have is, the only real time you have is from right now till you go to bed tonight. And if this is so, let me make the rest of my day as the best of my day, and let me focus on all those things which I really want to focus on. Let me do all those things which I really want to do.
Correct.
That's it.
It's always worth joining our session. So much energy it gives. Thank you so much.
है ना. और मैंने जब इस सेशन लिया था इस ट्यूसडे, वो वाला सेशन जरूर अटेंड कीजिए, स्वाद वाला, SWAAD. Many of us are stuck in that swad, in that jali of swad, in that mesh of swad. उस सेशन को जरूर अटेंड कीजिए. आई एम टेलिंग, इट्स गोइंग टू अ माइंड ब्लोइंग सेशन.
So coming Tuesday?
लास्ट ट्यूसडे जो मैंने किया है अभी, दिस ट्यूसडे, the one
The
which I
recording.
just,
I will see the recording. Yeah.
yeah, do watch that.
Okay.
Pinaki ji, is it on the मतलब YouTube पे है या?
YouTube पे है, yeah. It's all
Okay.
under Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki. उस
Okay,
वाले
got it.
उसके अंदर है, प्लेलिस्ट पे.
ठीक है. Okay, sure.
Right. Are you also part of my official group, जो मेरा official WhatsApp group है, उषा?
No,
Magic of Transformation.
one second. Yes, I'm
मैं
on
भी
part of
नहीं
that.
हूँ उसमें, मैं भी नहीं हूँ.
आप नहीं है? ठीक, उषा, you are there? Did you are you there,
Yes.
उषा? ठीक है.
Yes, I'm there.
तो पल्लवी, मैं आपको उसका लिंक भेज दूँ.
Okay.
Okay. So can we call it a day?
Yes, Pinaki.
Have an amazing day.
Make your day amazing. Have नहीं.
Make your day amazing.
आप अपना responsibility, मेरा responsibility है अपनी जिंदगी को बेहतर बनाना, किसी और का नहीं है.
Okay, make your day amazing, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Pinaki ji.
Bye.